Okay, so that thing's really loud. But anyways, this is the 2020 BMW 330i, and I think it's like the most basic trim model. I'm not too sure, but yeah, this is a quick walk around. I'm gonna just hop in the car because that's just way too loud, bro. King Harris on cars continues. Yeah, so this thing's got 55,945 miles, which means it's got like 10,000 miles more than my 2005 330, which is kind of crazy. I wanted to make the comparison between the E46 330i versus this 330i, but then my car's back at home and we're still in the Bay Area. So basically, for today's drive, I decided that I'm going to take you guys to the Golden Gate Bridge because we're in San Francisco, so why not? Visibility's pretty good. Ooh, she's smooth. Ooh. The thing about this particular 330i, it's obviously broken in at this point. It's got 55,000 miles. But my biggest gripe about this car ever since my sister got it was the transmission. And I don't think this is like the problem with every single G20 330i out there. It's more the specific one because my sister's driving style is like that of a person who is from the Bay Area, as in it's a little bit aggressive. The transmission kind of matches that kind of driving style, right? So the downshifts are super aggressive. You can feel the downshifts, and like when you're braking, the way the downshifts kind of happen, it just feels like you're a bad driver and you don't know how to brake properly. We see Starbucks right there. I'm gonna just park it up and then we're gonna go get some coffee first.
Cafe order for Harrison. Would you like a straw?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
I guess I'll just look like an idiot again with the fucking camera on my forehead, but it is what it is. So yeah, I guess we'll finally get an exterior walk around of the G20. And here she is right here. I mean, she's looking pretty good. One thing to note, she put these Bridgestone, I don't know what the name of the tires are, but she put these run flat Bridgestones on the car. And the car didn't have like good steering feel in the first place anyways. And usually to fix bad steering feel, you want to get a good set of tires on the car, right? And surprisingly, those run flats actually fix the steering feel of this car. Like you can actually kind of, okay, obviously not right now, but I've just noticed that like the steering feel actually got a lot better since she put the run flats in. So I think we're gonna have a little traffic. But what kind of photos are you taking, sir? Yeah, see, okay, like I was saying earlier, bro, even at these low speeds, the transmission tuning is just not that great. But I can't use that to fault the car because what are you doing? Wow, really? That's crazy. Now, I made this video on my cousin's GTI, and I kind of mentioned how for $30,000 you could get a high mileage S2000. And people were like, what the fuck are you talking about? You get a GTI because you want a comfortable daily. And so now, in that context, I feel like a proper alternative to the Volkswagen GTI would be this car, because I think you can pick one of these up for like $20,000-$30,000, maybe even less. I'm not sure. Like I haven't looked into it, but I think you can pick one of these up for like $20,000-$30,000, right? Because this is a 5-year-old car. It's got 55,000 miles. And all I'm saying is with this alignment right now on these tires, this car is feeling pretty fucking sharp. The steering feel is way better than the fucking GTI. The suspension is way more plush. Dude, this is not a bad car. I'm not gonna lie. Can I stay in this lane? No, I can't. Okay. Yeah, fucking, I absolutely hate the transmission tuning in this car. It is atrocious. Okay, in terms of the infotainment, after, wait, what the fuck? What are you doing? No, wait. No, bro, what? What is that dog? Is someone gonna pick up the dog? Nah, bro, that is not right. Okay, I can't focus on this video anymore. I'm fucking I'm worried for that dog now. We will move on with the review, just completely ignoring the fact that someone might have just abandoned their dog on the highway. Like I can't even go back to pick the dog up. Okay. Anyways, I guess going back to the infotainment. The infotainment in this car is miles better than the fucking Volkswagen GTI. You have actual physical climate control dial still. Apple CarPlay works nicely. After 5 years, there's still no creaks or rattles. And I was a big hater when the G series came out. You know, I didn't like the fact that we didn't have circular rev counters and, you know, all this bullshit. Like I was kind of like I was a big hater, but after 5 years, it's actually not that bad. In terms of infotainment, I think this is aging really nicely, especially because like the new BMWs, they have those like flat screens that go all the way here. There's like less of a distinction between your rev counter and the infotainment screen. I think I like this better, where you have this screen and then this screen right here. But anyways, I'm sorry, dude. Seeing that dog kind of ruined my vibes. You know, it's fine. The dog's gonna be okay. I'm sure some white girl with glasses and a 4Runner picked that dog up, and then now she's taking him home, and she's gonna take care of him. So it's fine. It's San Francisco. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, look at these views, bro. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, getting back to the video, there was someone out there who was trying to decide between the G20 330i versus an E46 330i. And in terms of that context, this is all I'm gonna say. At this point, this car is becoming an old car. It's got 55,000 miles, and if you are kind of up to date with how these German companies do their business, these car makers design these cars to break down once the warranty expires, right? Which is probably like 5 years. Oh, look at that. Look at that. This is what the Golden Gate Bridge looks like when you're driving across it. For those of you that are not familiar with it. I'm gonna have to like sit up here to show you guys what this looks like. Yeah, see, the funny thing is, once you make it on top of the bridge, it's just a bridge. All right, so as I was saying about this car earlier, at this point, this car is getting up there in age. And it's just basically getting to that point where these car brands have designed it to fail. Like the valve cover gaskets are probably gonna start going to shit. It's gonna start leaking oil, and that's just basically how these manufacturers have designed it. They designed these cars to start going bad after the warranty period. And so if you're thinking of picking up a 5-year-old G20 with 55,000 miles, you're still gonna have the same sorts of headaches that you would expect from any other old BMW. Like obviously it's not gonna be as bad as an E46 or an E36, but my point is that it's still becoming an old car. Like if you really take into consideration all the costs of owning each vehicle, I think it'll just add up to be around the same price. And it really comes down to, do you want a very comfortable daily, or do you want that raw analog experience in the E46 and deal with some of the complications that comes from owning an older car, which is maybe not having the best AC, not having the best road noise insulation, and all those little things, right? And I guess whether or not you want a manual gearbox, because I don't think you can get a 330i in a manual. Let's just go out on a limb and say this car is worth $25,000. What other car can you get for that price point? A new Honda Civic, maybe? I don't know. I really like Honda Civics. I might just take a Honda Civic just because it's going to be cheaper to maintain, and I like Honda Civics. But if you want something more luxurious and European that drives better objectively, I can't fault you for getting a 330i instead of a Honda Civic. Like, suspension is nice and comfy. You don't get that much road noise. It's really quiet on the highway. With these tires and alignments, Steering feel is pretty good. Me so sleepy and tired. I don't want to be driving. Oh yeah, alignment is... It handles better than a Camry or a Honda Civic. It gets just as good gas mileage. Steering feel isn't atrocious. The cabin is a luxurious place to be. It's nice. Would I take it over my E46? Hell no. Would I take it over an E36? Hell no. Would I take it over an E90? No. Why? Because I'm a motherfucking purist and I like my hydraulic steering and I like my fucking old BMWs, okay? If you're looking to get a BMW and you care about it being reliable, you're a bitch. I'm kidding. You are not a bitch. You are a smart human being. However, check out this Z4M coupe. Crazy. I don't know about the wheels, but sheesh. Just a casual Z4M coupe.